Hey, what's going on YouTube? Miguel Quiles here. I'm at the studio with the crew.
Hi.
So what's up, everybody? This is my, hold on, this is
Here.
hard.
Me.
There it is.
Yeah.
Agnes,
Yes.
makeup artist. Zule, how's it going? Taking care of hair.
Yes.
Wow, this is harder than it looks. It's like,
Yeah, it's like you don't know what to point.
I know. And of course, Kat. So hopefully you guys are all having a really good day. I got a question on Facebook yesterday where people were asking about using off-camera flash with Sony cameras, and they were wondering basically as far as settings go, how my camera's set up. And apparently they were having some issues with um, focusing in low light and getting shots in focus when they're shooting at higher f-stops, which is my jam. That's what I do. And I never really had these issues, so I figured maybe it was a setting type of issue, and I figured I'd go live and give you guys a little bit of a peek as to what we're doing. So let's flip this here really quickly. So as you guys can see, this is what we're shooting today. We're hopefully going to be submitting this to, was it Lucy Magazine?
Lucy, yeah.
Yeah. So
Not hopefully.
hopefully we are. You're right. You're right. I'm trying to be modest, but we're definitely going to we're going to submit these. So as you guys can see, settings F9 1 over 160, ISO 100, and basically this is what we're getting right now. And I want to show you guys as well. We'll just pick this one at random.
Miguel,
Yes.
can you change the look?
Yeah, go for it. I'll stall for a few minutes here. So as you guys can see, shooting this at F9, it's a tremendous amount of detail. We're at 200%. I mean, I can go in there even closer, and lo and behold, who's that guy? That's me. So, and there's the photo. So getting these shots in focus really isn't terribly difficult. I'm using eye autofocus for all of these shots, shooting in AFC. And yeah, the camera pretty much does everything for you in terms of focusing. Of course, because you're shooting at f9, you're getting just tremendous amounts of detail. So you guys can see, I get a lot of questions about skin and how I get the skin to look the way it does. You guys can see this is a raw file, right? .arw. And you see that there is a lot of skin texture and a lot of detail, and that comes with shooting at f9. So that hopefully gives you guys an idea first and foremost as far as what the shots are looking like. We're going to keep shooting here momentarily, but let me show you. So this is the setup that we have right now. Let me see if I can back up a little bit. So it looks brighter, I think, on the phone than it actually is. Let me show you what it was looking like without this light, because we took some photos. So here's basically the only lighting that's actually lighting the model, which is just coming from a Profoto B10 and then a Profoto D2, and the modeling lights are on. Of course, I usually have those on when I'm shooting in the studio. It just makes life a little easier. Closes down the iris. And so that's really the only light that we're getting in the studio to take these shots. So anyway, let's talk about our settings here. Let's pick up our camera. So again, using the Sony A7R3, flip that around so you guys see, no funny business, A7R3, using the Profoto Air Remote for Sony, and 70 to 200 G Master. So this has been probably one of my favorite lenses to use for this type of work. And let's talk about our focus settings here, so you guys can see this. So we're in continuous AF, and let's see, focus area, we have it set to wide. And what else? Metering doesn't matter. So, and then of course we're in a single shooting mode. So those are the settings that we have. And what I've done is I've actually set the AF on button to eye autofocus. And then I've also set the focus hold buttons here to IAF. So while I'm shooting, since my hand is actually here around the lens, I'm just pushing this button down to acquire focus. And then it will continuously track the eye as it's kind of moving around in the frame. So essentially that's pretty much it. Of course, manual mode, trying to think through, let's go through my menu here, because maybe that might yield some additional details here. So of course, always shooting in RAW. I'm shooting uncompressed. Let's see. Long exposure noise reduction off. Shooting in Adobe RGB. Bigger color space. None of that matters. Focus mode, continuous AF. Balanced emphasis. We already talked about focus area wide, focus settings. Let's go back. Sorry. There we go. Center lock on AF is turned off. AF tracking sensitivity at 3. Okay. AF with shutter on. Pre-AF is always turned off. So all of this stuff is off. Display continuous autofocus area is turned on. Phase detect area is on. And that's pretty much it as far as focus stuff goes. Here now we're getting into exposure, which I shoot in manual mode, so I'm always adjusting these things myself. Flash mode is set to fill flash. Wireless flash does have to be turned on, because if not, you will not be able to fire off your flashes. Yeah, so that pretty much covers everything as far as the settings go. So this is pretty much like 100% of the time whenever I'm doing a studio session, those are the settings that I'm using as far as my autofocus. And again, once Kat is done here, we'll take some more shots. But let me go to the comments here. I see Bradley Moore. What's up? How's it going? Izzy Medina. Howdy, Miguel. How's it going? Chuy Gutierrez. Do it live. That's right. That's what we're going to do around here. Since I don't have you here to shoot video, I'm just going to have to do it with my phone. Well, we miss you out here, though. Tim Kaiser. Awesome as usual. Thanks for sharing. My pleasure. Hoop Dog was asking which camera, please. I'm using the A7R3 today, but again, you could use whatever. I mean, I literally could take an A6500 out right now, do all of the same stuff, and you probably wouldn't notice the difference. Let's see. Doug Thompson says clamshell lighting. Sort of. Yeah, sort of, kind of. Let me flip this around. So I've got the B10 below. This is giving a little bit of a catch light in the lower part of the eye, filling in shadows underneath the chin. And then I have a 5-foot octa above. And I'll show you guys here from the side. So I'm standing here in the middle. And that's why you could see my reflection in the catch lights. She's standing probably about 2 feet away from the box, and maybe another 2 feet away from the backdrop. So Eric Rosa says, what's up? Dre Day, is live view turned off or on? Live view is always on. Absolutely. Let's see. Eric Robertson was saying, do you always keep an Adobe RGB? Pretty much. I mean, I'll just convert it to sRGB later on if I need to. But yeah, Creative Vision, hi from Serbia. How's it going? Hi from New Jersey. Let's see. Ivan, what's up? Let's see. Chung David says, what up? It's midnight here in Malaysia. Man, it's only like, I think, noon over here in New Jersey. So get some sleep. Hector says, awesome work. Thank you. Depeche says, white balance, will you set it manually or auto? So right now, let me flip this. So as you guys can see, this is the settings that I have. Auto white balance, probably 99.9% of the time. And the reason is, here we are in Capture One. You guys will notice, actually, I'll show you on the big screen here, because I just set this up. I'm pretty happy. All right, so you guys will notice here, if I go to the exposure tab and I go to white balance, you guys will see this is the white balance as it was shot in camera. But if I click on this drop-down menu, all the options that I had in camera are all here, and I could choose it after the fact. So you could set it in camera if you like. If you're shooting JPEG, you definitely want to set it up in camera, because whatever white balance you bake in is pretty much going to be what it is. However, if you're shooting in RAW, you can set the white balance afterwards, or you could just come up with your own creative white balance as well. So it's all up to you. Get choices. Let's see, rest of the comments here. Here we go. All right, so where do you turn on eye autofocus in the menu? Okay, so eye autofocus. Let's go to our menu here. Wait for this to get in focus. Sorry, I'm on my cell phone here, so that's what happens, Chewy, when you're not here. I gotta shoot on a cell phone. Let's wait for this. Hold on, let's clear this lens. All right, so menu. You're gonna go to page 8 on this custom operations menu. You're gonna go to custom key. So the first one is the one you wanna go to. And then here is basically all the buttons on the camera that can be customized. So as you can see, I have center button set to IAF, but I don't really use that. I use AF on and focus hold. So if you wanted to set up the focus hold button, you basically just select that, find IAF in the menu and select it. And basically when you push this button or this button on the lens, it will focus for you. So pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Let's see. Ralph says hi from Spain. Tomas, how's it going? AJJ, greetings from the Netherlands. Good to see you. Andre, awesome work, Miguel, here in Southern New Jersey. Very cool. Thanks for being out there. David says, what's up, Miguel? Great stuff. Keep hustling. I'm going to try. Raul says, love your videos. You're the best. Thank you. Appreciate that. I Love says, just started watching your YouTube vids. They're great. I'm glad you enjoy them. Let's see. Sarab, might be pronouncing that wrong. So awesome. Thank you. I Love says, I learned a lot since 2011. Dude, that's how it should be. You should have learned a lot since the beginning of 2019, because I know I did. Let's see. Very long one. Latino más interesante del mundo says, greetings from San Francisco. How's it going? Greetings. Yeah, so let's pull in here. They apparently did not know that I was Puerto Rican, so surprise, girls.
No, I do.
His last name, but I never thought like.
You heard Miguel Quiles, but you were like, he could be white.
No,
He could definitely be white.
Maybe he took his last name after his wife.
No.
When you said it over there and the way you pronounce it, I was like, that's definitely Spanish.
He's got to be. He's got to be. He's speaking it through his nose right now, but he's definitely Spanish. Too funny. So what do we have right now for this look? We've got a few people joining us on YouTube here.
The inspiration is glitter, pastels, and shapes.
Ooh.
So I'm trying to shape it something.
I see it. So let's see. Look at that. It's crazy. I don't know how you blink.
It's a little heavy.
Yeah. I'd be so scared that it would get stuck in the fold of my eye. You know?
Oh, you know.
That's like terrorizing.
Oh, let's not talk about that.
Don't want to jinx it, but you know. So what are we doing with the hair?
Well, we're putting extensions right now to add some volume.
Ooh, very cool.
And
See, as a guy, these are the things that I never understand, you know? She would show up in front of the camera, and I'd be like, wow, your hair just grew. What happened? Too funny. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know how women do this. It's like one shoot, one shot, they have short hair, and next thing you know, it's like whoosh, long hair. Look at this, all the tools of the trade. Lots and lots and lots of stuff. Those are the goods. So while the ladies are working here, let me flip the camera back around, see who else is in here. Depeche, will you shoot wide open or close the aperture? For all of these shots, they're all going to be at f8, f9, f11, f13, f14, f16. I don't do wide open stuff for beauty. I have a video coming out very, very soon that will talk about that in detail. But for now, that's the short answer. I stepped on one of these little, you lost one of your little,
Oh, that's okay. That's great. We have plenty.
Oh, good. All right. Let's see. Eric says, do you have to hold the button to keep eye autofocus? Yes. At the moment you do, perhaps with the new firmware update that's coming, that might change. I love, how do you like Godox lights? They're not for me. You know, when you start to make money in photography and you're working and you're getting gigs, it's really important that you have equipment that is reliable, that isn't going to leave you with egg on your face if you're in the middle of a photo shoot and it breaks. The stuff that I use works, you know, and I am an ambassador for Profoto, but as an ambassador, I wouldn't be with them if it wasn't for the fact that I can rely on the equipment. I've had plenty of companies that have reached out to me over the years that wanted to work with me, and their stuff sucks. And so not really interested in attaching my name and my brand to equipment that is not good and not reliable. So I know many of you use Godox, and I will tell you that everything that I'm showing you right now, if you want to try it with Godox lights, by all means, you know, you're welcome to it. It's not like it's like a Profoto thing only, you know. You could use whatever lights it is that you have. Let's see. Christopher says, I'm Puerto Rican. I look close to black with the last name Santana, and people swear I'm African. Yeah. You know, I've seen a lot of dark-skinned Puerto Ricans. I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of dark-skinned Puerto Ricans before where I was like,
Oh, there's a lot.
like they'll start talking in Spanish and I like take a jump back. Like, oh man, I had no clue. That's crazy. And I was at a Chinese restaurant one time, and there was like 2 or 3 people behind the counter, and one was like a waitress, and they all appeared Asian. And next thing you know, they started talking Portuguese.
Oh my God.
I was like, my brain just fizzled. I'm like, oh my goodness. Yeah, no, but I'm talking like Asian, like
Yeah. I have a
Asian,
friend in
Asian.
school. She was, she looked very Asian, but she wasn't.
Really?
Spoke and I was like Portuguese, yeah, and I was like,
Yeah.
it's because the tribes back in the days.
Yeah, I guess they got around, you know, they got around. It's crazy. Depeche says, hope IAF works here. Yeah, it will. Even with a little stuff on her eyes, it still works. Let's see. Markin Hoboy says, saludos, Miguel from Mexico. Increíble. There's no D in there. Increíble. Tu trabajo. See, I don't know how to spell in Spanish.
There's no D.
There's no D. Ah, see.
It's not incredible anymore. That's what
Yeah, that's why I'm like, where's the D?
Increíble.
Increíble. Okay, cool. See, learn something new every day. Told you. Jay Garcia says, Miguel, what are your power settings for the light? Okay, you don't make me get up. All right. Fine, I'll show you my power settings. That was the one secret I have not divulged. No, I'm just playing. All right, so let's go up here. So main light is set to 7.1, and fill light is at 5.6. So don't follow these settings, okay? Because every photo shoot is going to be different. Use whatever settings it is that you need, but generally speaking, this main light is going to be a little bit brighter than this light. Almost 9.9 times out of 10. A very good question. Let's see, GK Photography. Hey, Miguel, Eric Rosa, thank you. My pleasure. Tomas says, any problems with focusing when you have so close aperture? None whatsoever. I will show you guys. Here you go. So these are some of the shots that we got from the first look here. So let's just pick this one just for kicks and giggles. So we're at 200%. You guys can see that it is insanely sharp. Who's that guy? That's me. All right. Let's go into this eye. Same thing. Really sharp, really detailed, super focused. So yeah, and these are raw as well. So I always try to tell people that these raw shots, and here it is with the eye closed. Let's see what happened here. Oh, look at that. Even with the eyeball closed, lots and lots of detail. So again, when you're shooting at f9, if it hits anywhere in this area, you're going to have a pretty wide depth of field. So yeah, focusing close, not a problem. And I think this was, let's go to our info panel here and metadata. Let's see. So 70 to 200, A7R3. So there's our settings. And I was at 122 millimeters. So hopefully at some point in the next couple of weeks, I'll have my 135 G Master. And if I would have had it today, I probably would have been using it, but had to send the one that I had was borrowed from Sony, so I had to go back. Let's see, Quiles World, he says, hey, from Ireland, really like your Spider-Man shoot. Going to try that setup out on a few cosplayers I know. Very cool. Happy to hear it. Let's see. We got the Omega talking junk. He says, I see a BI. He can't even go all the way with it. He says he sees a bitch in you. Kiss my ass, bitch. Gotta love the trolls. Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a lot of trolls that just like they love to come up and talk crap. So it's all good. Guaranteed you would never, ever, the Omega, ever say that in my face. Ever. It would get destroyed immediately.
Like when I think about Omega, when I see it, I think about like the artist Omega.
Yeah.
So I would just laugh at camera, like that doesn't even offend because that person's in Spanish, so Omega, I'm like, wait.
I know, seriously. I love it. I love it when people talk crap.
You have to have fans.
You know, you got to have haters too.
Yeah.
I always try to.
Haters are your number one.
Yeah,
fans.
like, you know what? Here's the funny thing, right?
You do?
You could be anywhere in the world right now. If you're doing stuff, you could be doing whatever. But instead, he's in the chat room here talking crap. Guaranteed.
They love giving
Guaranteed would never say it in my face. I promise. If you did, I would live stream it. And this hot hand right here, woo! Just like that. Anyway, having fun here. Raul says, can you calibrate the color temperature on your Profoto B10? Can you calibrate the color temperature? So I'm not sure that I understand the question, so I'm going to answer it the way that I'm thinking. So on the Profoto B10, you can change the temperature of the modeling light. So if that's what you're wondering, you can go from cool to warm. So yeah, and you can increase or decrease the brightness of the light. So yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Since I saw your last video, I'm backing out my photo shoots 6 times each. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, that one photo shoot was an absolute heartbreaker to have had all of these shots and, have the footage from the shoot. That was really, really annoying. Let's see. Have you ever seen a Puerto Rican with dreadlocks? I can't say that I have, but I'm sure that they're out there. There's gotta be, Julio says, hi from Puerto Rico. Keep up the good work. Miguel, where are you from? So I was born in Connecticut, but my mom and dad are both from Puerto Rico. They were born and raised there. Dora, how often do you visit Puerto Rico? There are tons of dark-skinned Puerto Ricans on the island. Tigo Calderon, Tito Trinidad. Yeah, but Tito is like, yeah, I guess you could say he's dark-skinned. I get out usually, let's see, the last time I went was 2012. So I haven't been recently, but hopefully one day. Jonathan, are you getting the new 135.18? Absolutely. Randy Tex says, loves this channel. Thank you so much. Jay says, thanks, brother. Thank you. Tim was saying, have you done an actual shoot with the Sigma 105? I have. There was a video actually on my YouTube channel. I believe it was called, it was like breaking out of my shooting funk or something like that, where I was photographing Gabby. So you don't see it in the video, but I did a outdoor shoot that day. So I did some in studio and I did some outdoors. The outdoor ones I did with the 105. 60-ish% of the photos that I took were all either soft or out of focus. So after that, lens immediately went back and pretty much have been convinced that any Sigma lenses that are converted from DSLR are not anything I would ever recommend to anybody. So I mean, I'll get into it at some point in a video. Whenever they start actually making native lenses that are made for mirrorless, I'll give it another look. But I was so upset that I missed so many shots in that session, and it never happens to me. And there were some really good ones that as soon as I zoomed into it, I was like heartbroken. So yeah. Paula says, are the Profoto lights the only one that work, or are those the only lights you use? Any advice on those that can't afford Profoto, don't want to go cheap? So you could use whatever lights, and I was saying that earlier, if you have whatever brand of lights it is, let's say if you have a 5-foot octa of some generic brand with generic brand light and a generic brand 1x3 softbox with a generic brand light, you will be able to shoot something that looks somewhat similar to this, lighting wise. Now the question is going to be, from shot to shot, are you going to have a consistent color temperature? How long are the lights going to last? So on and so forth. Those are all things that basically it's going to depend, and for me, considering that I make a living in photography, this is my career, this isn't a hobby or anything for me, I need equipment that works. So but yeah, you can use whatever. Photo Me Ike, what up? It says y'all don't take at L, love that serious. He or she is just trolling for fun. Yeah, of course they're trolling for fun. That's like 100% of the trolls that talk crap online, guaranteed. I've actually met a couple of people in person that were trolling, and it's amazing how nice they are when they meet you in person. Oh, hey, so nice to meet you. And in the back of my mind, I'm like, dude, your face looks really familiar, and it never hits me when I'm there with them. I get home, I'm like, oh, that's that person that was talking all this crap on Facebook Live or on Instagram Live or on YouTube, and it's like, but then they show love in person. It's hilarious. Let me see. Jonathan says they look amazing. Thank you. Izzy, laugh out loud while you're up. I'm new to Sony, and I found that when dial in my ambient light, it looks okay. When I have my trigger, the live view settings change to a brighter setting. Any info on that? Yeah, I can't. I'm not sure about that. So if I'm outdoors, which I did an outdoor shoot like a week and a half ago, hopefully that video will post up soon. I turn off the trigger, I dial in my ambient light, I turn on my remote. Turning that on will disable live view, so you're not going to see that ambient light anymore. And now it's a matter of you dialing in your light up or down in power to dial it into taste. It doesn't keep that same ambient light setting. So that's correct. And back in the day, it used to be even more annoying, because what would happen is you would put your flash on and it would keep those ambient light settings, but let's say you underexposed by 2 stops, now all of a sudden you're looking through your viewfinder and you can't compose your shot because it's too dark. So it's either one way or the other. Unfortunately, there's no way to do both just yet. I don't know. Let's see. I love says having fun and meant as a joke, but not trolling. It's all good. Photo Me Ike, there's a thin line between trolling and joking. Yes, this is very true. Listen, I joke with the best of them, so I don't mind when people are joking around. It's all in good fun. But when people are trolling and they're talking crap and they're calling people names, that's where it starts to get funny. And to me, I really don't care. That's what the fun part about this is. Like, I love what I do. So, troll on, playa. Let's see. Randy, haters get too much attention. I agree. I love, he mentioned a dark man that looked black but spoke Puerto Rican. That's where that joke came from. No worries, Hector. If you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong. This is what I'm saying. Who was it who said that? Grant Cardone. He said, go out there and get yourself some haters, and I totally agree with that. William, do you post your models? What do you mean? I guess so, I suppose. K. Adam Christensen says, sup, yo, what up? Jose Rodriguez says, Diego Calderon has dreads. Haven't seen him. It's funny. I listen to a lot of music, and I never, ever, like back in the day, we used to watch MTV and VH1, and what every artist looked like. And nowadays, because I don't watch as much TV, and I definitely don't watch like MTV or anything like that, some of the people that I hear on the radio, I'll see them randomly on, I don't know, Jimmy Kimmel or some like late night TV show, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's what they look like? Had no idea. You know, like really think about it. Am I the only one that's like that doesn't know, like Ariana Grande, perfect example. Like the first 6 or 7 months that I heard her on the radio, I was like, oh, you know, sounds like a, you know, mid 20 something. And then I see her and she looks like a little kid. I'm like, this is crazy. You know, that wouldn't have happened back in the 90s. Everybody would know what they look like. Um, let's see. Is there a Puerto Rican who doesn't dig gandules? Yeah, I don't know. If they do, there's something wrong with them. Zule, do you like gandules?
Yes, they're so good.
Okay, good. I was about to say. I was about to start screaming pineapple.
What is it?
Big beans.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. Gandules are my jam. Let's see. Sorry if I offended people with that. It was meant to be a joke. I don't think you. Don't worry about it. You're good. It's all love here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Terry says, thank you so much. K. Adam Christensen, did I miss the settings or do I need to go back? It's at the very beginning of the video. Definitely watch it on the replay. Let's get back to the shoot. I agree. We're just waiting right now because, you know, it takes a minute. We gotta get the makeup going, and you know, so we'll get to the shooting here momentarily. This part of being a photographer is just sitting and waiting and entertaining yourself while the makeup is being applied and the hair is being glammed up. You know, sometimes this is what we do. Yeah, it takes a minute, you know. Your photo shoot with Manny in Vegas, what lighting did you use on location? We used Profoto B10s with a 2-foot octa. Jose says, I know you use Profoto lights. I use Sony native flashes. Any tips? I really like my HVL 60 RMs. Yeah, the Sony flashes are really good. As far as any tips, get yourself a bracket to be able to attach bigger modifiers to your flash and use them. See, if you can't afford Profoto, then go Godox. It's as simple as that. Yeah, but is it though? You know, so I did a video, I guess at this point it was in February or late January, where I was talking about light stands, and I was saying how, you know, this is like by far my favorite light stand. And then I go through the comments and people are like, oh, it's expensive. Do you have anything more affordable? And it's like, okay, so you buy these several $100 lights, you know, in the case of Godox, $400, $500, $600 for a light. And then you want to put it on a stand that's like 15 or 20 bucks. May the Lord be with you. Because if that thing gets tipped over or whatever the case might be, now you're buying another light. So there's certain things in photography where you can cut corners. You know, you could cut corners on a lot of different things, and your end product is not going to be affected. When it comes to lighting is one of those things where, for me, lighting is more important than the camera, than the lens, than most anything. So why skimp out? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying go out and buy Profoto. There's a lot of great brands that are out there that make really good, high quality lighting equipment. You know, for me, Godox, all they do is just basically rip ideas from other companies that have spent tons of money in R&D. So I'm not a fan of that. I don't know. I try not to support that personally, but at the same time, I'm not hating on people that want to go the affordable route. By all means, get it. The main thing is get something and start shooting. So let's see. Will says, maybe I missed it, but the Sigma E-mount should not ever be missing focus. If so, that's a bad lens. Should have 90% plus hit rate on nailing focus. It should, but it didn't. That's all I can say. Let's see. I love says, wouldn't X-ray color checker solve color variations? It would help for sure. Delta Dave says, plus you could hire Profoto if you are traveling to a shoot. Yeah, it's much easier to find their stuff. Let's see. Photo me Ike, it's okay. We don't hate you. We just know your angle now. Yep. Let's see. Another guy on YouTube showed how to turn on simulated exposure when using studio lights. Yeah, I mean, there's ways I'm sure to do it, but honestly, it's never become such an issue to where I felt like I had to find a solution. So Ashley says, sup, what up? Let's see, going through the rest of these here. Ashley was asking if I'm from Puerto Rico. No, my mom and dad are. I was born in Connecticut, which is why I've got this wonderful accent. Let's see. Randy Tech says back in the day, watching music videos was like a must. Yeah, like nowadays. Hold on, let me flip the camera here. Have you guys watched music videos recently?
No.
Do you feel that you ever watch music videos?
Very rarely.
Because I was just telling them on the live stream, like when I was growing up in the '90s, that's what you would do,
We used
you
to
know?
order them.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: where did you grow up?
We're in Elizabeth.
In New Jersey.
Yes.
Did you guys ever have a TV station called The Box?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah, the box. Yeah.
See, so back in the day, there used to be this TV station called The Box where it was like a video jukebox. So you'd call this like 900 number, you would pay a couple bucks or whatever, and they would play whatever music video that you wanted to
And
watch.
if you wanted to watch it 5 times, you had to pay it 5 times. I knew
Oh,
because
really?
Yep.
there was a Barbie girl at the time, so I'd order the video. My dad wanted to kill me. I'd order like.
Oh,
10 times.
no.
The girl? Yeah,
Yeah.
that one? Yeah.
So what was funny was back then they had Two Live Crew and Luke, and their music videos were basically like porn. I mean, it was
Really?
terrible. So like they would put, whoever it was would just order the video over and over and over again. So like you'd be watching the station and it's literally the same song over and over for like hours at a time. And I'm like, okay, this channel is getting stupid. The idea was cool though.
Oh, that's funny.
Let's see. Let me flip this. So, how do you find affordable places to shoot when you don't have a studio? Just go outside. Go to a grocery store.
To New York.
Go to New York. Yeah. Go anywhere. Just go somewhere and just shoot. I mean, I'll go downtown. I'm here in New Jersey, and the part of New Jersey that I'm in is like farm country, you know, so there's not much out here in terms of like buildings and things like that. But, you know, we got a lot of woods and we got lakes and whatever else. So literally just drive around. I have a video actually talking about how I location scout. So go to my channel and watch that video. Let's see. Eric says, how do you compare the new 135 to favorite lens, the Excalibur 70 to 200 or 85? So I got to use it for about 2.5, almost 3 weeks. I shot several times with it. I want to say my initial impression so far, I'm super impressed. As far as do I like it better than those other lenses? I think it's going to fit in, but I haven't used it enough to make a judgment. 70 to 200 is really good. Excalibur is really good. My 100 G Master is really good. My 85 is pretty good. I could go without it out of those that you've just listed. But yeah. Rod says, if you have Apple products, you could buy Profoto. I totally agree. Some of you guys just trip me up when you're like, no, I can't afford it. But y'all got iPhones, y'all got iMacs. You know, you some of you guys that I've talked to have like crazy Leica cameras and stuff, but y'all messing around with this like China brand lighting. So it's cool. Do you boo boo. Where do you get the ideas for your shoots? Hold on, let me flip my camera. 99.9% of them right there. So ideas. I just push the button. Danny says, keep up the great work. Thank you. Jose says, that's why I bought those Sony flashes. Kodak flashes are not durable at all. Totally agree. I love says, all we had was network television and VCR tapes when I was growing up, and I was happy and richer. Totally agree. Totally agree. Matt says, I'm still into music videos, watching them and making them. Sucks it's not mainstream anymore. Yeah, I agree. You know, there were some really good music videos back in the day. I remember like some of the like most like the special effects, like the best special effects, you'd
yes.
see them in a music video before a movie. So, all right. So it looks like the ladies are ready. So, Agnes, I'm going to have you commandeer the camera momentarily. I might change up this light, but I just want to show everybody. So we're talking about focusing.
Which side do you like this?
Yeah, this side.
And ladies, you guys would agree it's pretty low light in here, right?
Yes, it is.
The only light is coming from the modeling light on the D2 and the modeling light on the B10. So focusing. Hopefully this doesn't blow up in my face here, but here's what we're gonna do. let me be really obnoxious. If you guys watched me at like WPPI or Photo Plus, you guys saw me do this on stage. So I want to show you how simple it is to focus on a Sony camera. All right, so do me a favor. We're going to shoot this side, right? Take a little step in this way. Perfect. All right, here we go. This is how you focus. So you guys remember in the beginning of the video, if not, rewind. AF on is set to eye autofocus. Okay, this button right here. Also these. I'm going to one hand this. All right, let me look at my screen just to make sure. Okay, good. So look, I'm not even going to look at her. I'm holding down that button and I take a shot. Let's look at the screen. You ready for this?
Boom.
Boom. Come on now. So anybody that's talking, I mean, look at that composition too. It's clearly award winning. You know? Hold on, let me do another one here. So here's another way that you could focus, okay? So remember, this is set to eye autofocus. So I'm gonna do it over the shoulder. All right, I'm pushing that button. Oh, yeah, that one might be off. Hold on. That was definitely off.
Yeah, it is.
Hold on, let me, there we go. All right, I'm gonna cheat just a little bit. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. Still pretty rough composition, but point being, once again, super sharp. That's at f9. So again, those that are saying that, oh, you know what, I'm shooting at f9, f8, whatever, and I'll even go up. Let's be ridiculous with this. I'm gonna take this up to f16.
Ooh.
I know we're in crazy territory right now. I'm gonna put it to TTL because the lights are obviously gonna be different. And let's see. So I'll do a one-handed.
Where's the light though?
Where's the light?
Yeah, behind you, right? Yeah.
One light behind, one light below. And I'm not even gonna look. I'm gonna hold down. Okay. I should look at her because I should probably look at her, but
The light is darker now.
yeah, the lights are really bad, but that's at f16. So again, the settings that I talked about in the very beginning of the video, they work. So let's go to f11. What were we at? f9. We'll go to A. Switch this back to manual. Let me see how far off I am here. So, and I also forgot to mention here too, you guys also notice she's looking away from the camera and I'm still getting it in focus with the IAF. So now what's happening is looking at this photo, I'm trying to get my settings back the way they were, and that bottom light is still very bright. So I think it was at 5 something, 5.6. Okay. Top light might be okay, but we're gonna check it. Yep. Yep, we're back in business. Top light probably can go up a little bit in brightness. And by probably, I mean it definitely can. Okay, here we go. Nice. Yeah, I love this hair.
Looks awesome,
Really
Kat.
cool. This makeup is crazy. All right, let's just look at a couple of these. Just want to make sure that I'm getting something that I like. That's so reflective. It's crazy.
Because the shimmer is underneath, so I kept the
like it.
glitter and put it on top of it, so it has dimension.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That looks really cool. I'm almost wondering if I should maybe try something just to make it a little different. Pull this thing back a little. Keep all of our ratios the same. Okay, and then Cat come forward a little bit. Right there's good. Perfect. All right. Here we go. Great. Perfect. Good. Well, there is one thing that I do want to do here. I'm going to turn this light back on. And it's not because it's not focusing. But this is one of the reasons why I don't like shooting in low light situations. And it's not that the focus is off, but you'll end up getting the black part of the eye here. It'll be bigger because it's dark. So her eyes will open up just like a lens to let in more light. So what I want to try to do is to basically have a little bit more light in the studio so that the eyes, the pupils don't close down. So this looks good. Got to clean my sensor. I've got a little speck of dust or something up there. Okay, so we're in business now. All right, so take a couple shots, and then we'll close out the live stream. Do you see any questions on there?
I love, say, capture one super fast in tethered render.
Tethering?
Yeah, even on high MP cameras.
Yes. I mean, I'm on a 42 megapixel, and you guys are seeing. Turn the nose towards me a little. There you go. You guys are seeing that the tether is really quick. I'm using USB-C with a USB cable here, and yeah, it's really fast.
You're also missing out. You have to have a good makeup artist.
Yeah, you know, hair and makeup is important.
Makeup is
Great
very
model that can give
important.
you great expressions is very important.
'Cause
All
bad
of the
makeup,
above.
bad
Turn the nose
picture.
towards me a little.
I don't want to say it out loud, but you almost
All
have
of
to
the
have
above
like a
is
foursome.
very important.
Hair, makeup, model, and
Perfect.
photographer.
All right.
That's a good.
So I'm gonna switch my lights. We're gonna keep the same makeup, but I'm gonna answer
Yes.
quick question, and then I'm gonna close the live stream. So let's see. Where did my comments go? Here we go. All right. Let's go back to the top. A lot of questions. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna rent a place for a studio. What ceiling height would work? My ceiling, I think, is a little over 8 feet, but I wish I had it much higher. Let's see. Photo Me Ike says, yeah, video music box, Ja Rule. Talked about that on Drink Champs. Dude, it was a thing. It was awesome back in the day. Victor says, interesting that the library in Orlando have and provide a studio at no cost. All you need is a library card. It has lights. They can provide a Canon camera. That's crazy. Let's see. My wife wants to see her eyes. Okay, cool. Let me show. Somebody wants to see the eyes. So
What do you think about?
hold on, let me back it up. Here it is.
Lighting? Or
Like,
just,
hold it over with this look.
well, yeah.
All right, so
It's like a close-up.
this is at 100% crop. So that's what the eyes look like. So there's like, what did you do here? This is crazy. So you got glitter
So
on the bottom.
the previous eye look, I kept it. That's when you do like editorial. You always have to think about it, what the next look's gonna be, so you have less work. So
Right.
then I took the glue and glued all of those like small, confetti,
Yep.
I would say, all around it. Just different textures, different colors. So I don't know which one was gonna catch the light. So
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. It looks so
like with
cool.
it.
I like it. There's a lot going on in the eyes.
Because the whole mood is what was it? Pastels,
Pastel.
glitters, and shapes. So when you think about it, you have shapes. You have the round. You have a star. You have So you don't have to just incorporate shape like, let's just say, oh, I'm gonna do, I don't know, square hair.
Right,
It's just like think a little bit outside of the box. That's what it is.
I like it. Totally like it.
I
Yeah,
like
somebody
this look a
somebody
lot.
was asking to see the eyes. So let's see. Great makeup artist, somebody said. Is the
Yes.
backdrop color gray? It is called, I believe, dove gray, potentially. I gotta look up the color. It almost looks beige. Let's see. That is Hollywood great makeup work. There it is in person. Looks pretty awesome. Your makeup artist is the bomb. Let's see. Capture One is the best and necessary when shooting tethered with Sony. Totally agree. Yeah, so it looks like that's most of the questions that we had here today. So again, if you guys are watching this live stream, by the way, I assume you guys are all subscribed. But if you're not, please do me a favor and subscribe to my channel. I have some goals this year. I really have this nutty goal of hitting 100,000 subscribers by January 1st, and I'm a little bit behind, so I need your help on that. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already. If you guys like my content, share it with your friends that are photographers. truly, as I do these, I could totally just be doing my photo shoot like I always do and just catch up with you guys at some other point. But I like doing these live streams because I'm hoping it'll help you out in your goal to become a better photographer. So if you guys are cool with that, subscribe. Appreciate you guys joining me. Thanks a lot. And I'm going to get to shooting. So I will catch you guys a little bit later. Goodbye from Kat.
Bye.
Goodbye from the squad.
Yes.
I would say the glam squad, but I think that's already been taken. So, but yeah. And goodbye from me. So I will see you guys a little bit later. I don't know how to close this out. There we go.